Hey, good morning, everybody. Want a cup of coffee? Pastor Tom with you. We are on the third week of July, but the second week of our series because the first week was the 4th of July. We're talking about N-I-N, dependence, two words, not independence. And the challenge of being submitted to God, being in dependency to God, as opposed to being independent, right? We're going to look in 2 Kings 4:1. A certain woman of the wives of the sons of prophets cried out to Elisha, saying, "Your servant, my husband, is dead, and you know that my servant feared the Lord, and that the creditor is coming to take my sons to be his slave." Bad deal, right? The guy obviously dies. He had debt. She doesn't know what to do, so she goes to the prophetic. Great place to go. The prophet says, "Look, I want you to go borrow vessels from all of your neighbors, empty vessels, not just a few. Go get a bunch. And then when you have come in," I want you to hear this. This is the key for today. "You shall shut the door behind you." Why? When God gives you a solution, as we talked about last week in Psalms 23, in a season of lack or a season of want, when God gives you a solution, you can't have the door open in the back in case that doesn't work out. If you're going to take the time to go to God, or you're going to hear from somebody that is walking prophetically in your life, and they give you the solution to walk it out, just start walking it out, but you got to shut the door behind you, because Satan will come in with the spirit of independence saying, "Hey, you know what? This may work out or it may not work out, so let's have a plan B." No, I can't. Because I am in dependence. My dependence is, I've heard the voice of the Lord, and my dependency is on that voice and the obedience that He has called me to, and He's going to come through. Crazy thing for Him to say, "Go get from your neighbors a bunch of empty vessels," but she did it, and she shut the door. And she goes, and she starts to fill them up. Because why? She had a jar of oil in her house. God just needed to multiply it, but He needed the vessels to multiply it into. So she did her little part, and then God does this amazing miracle, and she fills up all the vessels that she gets, and when they're done, she comes back out for step 2. You don't need the whole answer. Some of you aren't working and going and doing because you want the whole plan, and God said, "All I'm going to give you is the next step." And some of you can't work that next step because the door's wide open because you want an exit route just in case it doesn't work. Here's your key. Ready? Shut the door and do the thing God asks you to do, and trust Him with the results and the increase. And when you're done with that, now you open the door and you go back out for step 2, which is what she did. And what did He said? "Go sell it." And she went and sold it, and she paid off all the debt. God doesn't have to give you the whole plan. He just needs to give you the next step. Why? Because it fosters a dependency in me rather than an independency in me. Independent. I am dependent upon Him as opposed to independent. I only need Him maybe. Man, you got to shut the door to that independent spirit and say, "Nope, I'm going all in with what God has said, and I'll trust Him with the results." And watch Him come through, because He does. If this meant something to you, please share it. We appreciate however you find us. We appreciate that you join us. We love you, and we'll talk to you soon.